What's up guys, Boss here, and in today's video we're going to be playing a full classic challenge going all the way from 0 to 12 wins using PEKKA bridge spam. So I wanted to do this video for a couple reasons. One, I haven't made a video on PEKKA in a very long time. I think it's been a couple months, and I haven't done a classic challenge video in a very long time. As you guys know, I kind of frequently do 12 win grand challenges going from 0 to 12 wins, but I figured why not do a classic one again. I think the last time I did one, I did it with log bait. And I haven't done a video on PEKKA in a while, and I also know that most of you guys watching have not won classic challenges. Obviously, grand challenges are harder, but some people can't afford to play grand challenges, or they want to work their way up to them, because I always say about 10 classic challenge wins is about being equal to being ready to play a grand challenge. So for those of you who haven't won a lot of classics, I want to help you guys out with a pretty popular deck in the game, PEKKA Bridge Spam, and it has no champions in it as well. So before we get in the first game, if you guys would like to support me, you can use my creator code BOSS in any Super Bowl game. But yeah, with that being said, let's get in the first game here and try to complete this classic challenge. Alright guys, so we found our first game, and I don't know if you guys can tell in my voice at all, but I am a little sick. I actually just started being sick when I woke up today. I kind of had a sore throat, a tiny bit of congestion, but not too much, but I'm probably going to feel even worse tomorrow. Hopefully not too bad though, but I just assume so since it started today. And Poison, as you saw when I was showing the deck, I think, is going to be better than Fireball in PEKKA right now, just because in this meta there's quite a lot of Graveyard, and also Poison is just better against like certain things in general. Like, I'll give a couple examples. There's a lot of Tombstone in this meta. There's even some Goblin Hut now that we're seeing after the buff it got, and Poison is going to be good against those things. And I think just ever since the Poison got buffed, people are realizing it's pretty good. I mean, it can kill things like Musketeer, E-Wiz, stuff like that. And yeah, it just deals a little bit more damage than Fireball, and I think has pretty good synergy inside of PEKKA. But if you would like to use the Fireball, feel free to do so, and that also goes for using the minions instead of the Magic Archer. You also could do that if you don't have the Magic Archer leveled up. So those are just a couple substitutions for you guys if you would like. So already a really good start to this game. PEKKA, of course, does pretty good against Mega Knight. Pretty much any Mega Knight deck should be a pretty good matchup for PEKKA. He's going to get some damage with the Dark Goblin. I don't really care that much because we have a pretty big lead, as you can see. He's probably going to go for, I was going to say a Valkyrie or a Skarmy on that Ghost. He chooses to go for a Valkyrie. So we have a couple different ways we could defend this. I think maybe we'll actually just go for a Battle Ram to kite this Valkyrie. Ooh, okay, obviously he wasn't predicting the Battle Ram, but it ended up being a good play, him going for that Skarmy, because it, of course, took it out. So we'll just go Magic Archer to clean up this Valkyrie and Skeleton army. Again, we'll take a little bit of damage, but because he already got more in the other lane, it doesn't really matter that much. Split lane pressure's quite good. And yeah, Magic Archer isn't going to connect. Oh yeah, and I forgot if I already said this, but if I didn't, let me know in the comments how many of you guys have completed a classic challenge, and if you have completed one, how many have you won? Because I think my ultimate goal is to, or the reason why I'm going to occasionally do these classic challenge videos, not as frequently as the grand challenge ones, but I'm going to try to remember to do these, I think at least like once every couple months, and then the grand challenge ones I do probably like once a week. But I can do them more frequently if you guys would like. Just let me know. Maybe I could do it, like once a month or something like that. These classic ones. Just depends on what you guys think of them. But I remember the last one I did, you guys really liked it. The one with log bait. So yeah, Poison will finish off the game and we'll get a zap. And that's going to be GG. So a nice first win here against this kind of like random deck. Doesn't really make any sense. I notice in Classics, there's definitely going to be more off-meta decks, and I would say the biggest difference between Classic Challenges and Grand Challenges are, in Grand Challenges, you'll typically... Oh, this guy's won a, I believe that's a Classic Challenge bad, so this guy's actually won a Classic, so definitely not, like, a bad opponent. We're going to have our work cut out for us in this one. So he's going to go for Skeletons. Maybe he's running... Well, obviously, it's probably going to be some sort of Cycle deck if he's got Skeletons, but what I was going to say, in Classic Challenges, generally... I mean, there are some exceptions, right? Like, you might get unlucky and play someone who's pretty good at, like, 2 or 3 wins, but usually, in Classic Challenges, you don't really face good players most of the time until, like, at least like 7 or 8 wins, whereas in Grand Challenges, you're way more likely to get someone who's pretty decent at only 2 or 3 wins, so I feel like consistently throughout there's better players, and why wouldn't there be? Because it costs more gems, so if you're not very good, you know, why would you want to play a Grand Challenge? As I already said, if you haven't won at least, I would say 10 Classics, you probably don't want to play a Grand Challenge. That would be a good general rule of thumb. And we'll go for... Okay, so even though that looked like a good play by him, it wasn't, because he just overcommitted a ton, so now there's no way he's going to be able to defend this. Like, I'm very confident he can't defend this, at least, like, without taking some damage or overspending. And, yeah, I was... well, actually, he defended a lot better than I thought, but we're still winning. Maybe we get this bandit to the tower. Oh, okay, wow, he actually... I gotta give him credit. He defended that very, very well, way better than I expected. I'll actually give him the well played. I mean, I can't even believe I'm doing this, but I mean, that was actually like great defense by him, because I was expecting to deal a lot there, but he defended very well. Like, this guy's definitely not a bad player. I definitely cannot underestimate my opponents, as you can see. So we'll go Magic Archer in the back. If he goes for a rocket on it, I don't really care that much. Okay, yeah, he is going to do that, because he did just cycle a log. Oh my... Right after I was complimenting him for being a good player, he really just missed the rocket. Wow, that is crazy. So, wow, yeah, he ended up missing the rocket, and now, after that, I don't know at this point if he's in a good situation. Yeah, he messed up that on the PEKKA, so it is going to lock on the tower. He has to go for archers and look on the, yeah, left lane. Oof. Wow, yeah, this guy really put himself in a bad spot. I feel kind of bad, because I was just complimenting him on that good defense. Like, he went for those good skeletons, but maybe he just got lucky with that defense, and he ends up not being as good as I thought he was. But either way, nice win here. This mortar deck he's running is okay, but I feel like you'd much rather run Expo. Like, if you're going to run pretty much all the cards in Expo, you probably want to be running Expo instead, because even though this mortar cycle deck is good, and mortar's good in the meta, I feel like you only want to be running archers inside of Expo for the most part. So yeah, he gave up. I guess had a little bit of a rage quit there. He was so happy. He did the thumbs up. You know, he was like, you know, look at that. I defended the bandit with the skellies, but then things changed pretty quickly after that. That's all I gotta say. All right, here we go. Ooh, another guy who's won a classic. Wow, we're getting a lot of people early on who have won classic challenges. I was not expecting that, because when I play grand challenges at the beginning, I typically don't, you know, face people who have a grand challenge win until later. So that's different, actually. That is different, I have to say. So we're just going to cycle a Magic Archer in the back. Ooh, this is probably going to be a pretty bad matchup if he's using... Oh, wow, he just activated the King Tower. So yeah, I was going to say, this is probably a pretty bad matchup if he's using Mighty Miner bait, but it looks like he might be running RG, because we do see the Fireball, and bait, like, almost every time will have rockets, so it would be kind of unlikely. He's got, at this point, I don't even know what he's using. Minions? I'm not really sure, to be honest. I guess we'll see. So I guess we can just go for a bandit on the Mighty Miner to prevent any damage it would have gotten. It might have not even gotten that much, so I don't know if it was necessary, but... Okay, so he is going to go... I think we'll just go for a P.E.K.K.A in the back. Oh, you know what he's using? He's probably running Mega Knight. I just realized that. So in this case, this should be a good matchup for us. I don't know why I didn't realize it was Mega Knight. Oh, it's Drill? What? Alright, I don't know anymore, guys. Like, it's a bit of a strange deck, because typically Mega Knight would be Miner, not Drill. So I guess we'll go Battle Ram here. This is kind of a tip if you didn't know. You always want your Ghost to be in front of the Battle Ram when you go for, like, a push. And the reason why is because it's kind of like, even though the Ghost is in front, the Battle Ram kind of tanks for it. I don't know exactly how to describe it. It's weird, but I learned that from good... Alright, we don't need to do anything, because that Drill placement wasn't optimal. He played it... Alright, I think we're going to go P.E.K.K.A here, just because he was so aggressive. This is, like, definitely, I think, a fine push. Yeah, Magic Archer's on the tower. I'll even go for a poison here, just to... Oh, wow. Oh, man. That was... I don't know, that was funny. That Magic Archer, like, oh my gosh, man, that was a menace for him to deal with for some reason. So we'll go Bandit in the pocket here. And, yeah, it looks like maybe another Rage Quit. Yeah, it looks like it. Alright, so far, so good here. Again, I was really confused by his deck. Even after he played, like, pretty much every card, I didn't know what it was. So I guess it was just kind of like a drill cycle deck, drill control deck. But I would definitely say if you're going to run a drill deck like that, you usually will want to have a building, like typically a cannon or an inferno. If you're not, the only time you wouldn't run drill with a building would be if you're using the tornado with it. So like that bridge spam variation with Magic Archer, but that wasn't the case. So I would say that was definitely not a very good drill deck that he was running. So we're just going to Bandit to apply some pressure. Okay, that is very interesting. I think we're just going to poison this, to be honest, and then probably go for an E-Wiz on top of it. That should be some, you know, pretty clean defense here, because obviously he's not going to be able to support it with anything else because he just used all of his elixir. And yeah, we're already off to a pretty good start. I might even go for a Battle Ram at the bridge here once we get a little bit more elixir. I think it's pretty safe because he doesn't have his Skarmian cycle, so I'm kind of wondering what he has as an answer. So he does have a Monk, but, you know, it's not going to be enough. And it pushing it kind of helped us. It kind of pushed it on top of the tower. That was nice. I don't know if I want to P.E.K.K.A this because I kind of want to save it for the Sparky, so I think I'm going to go Bandit. Bandit should be enough. Oh, yeah, like, it's definitely enough. Okay, we'll go P.E.K.K.A now. We kind of have to because we don't really... The only other decent answer to the E-Barbs would be a Battle Ram, just because you can kite them into the opposite lane. But oh my gosh, this guy just wasted a Rage. Very interesting. What this video also reminded me of, I had another video idea I was thinking of doing because I don't think I've ever done this, where I tested out my subscriber decks or like played them in the game. I was thinking of making like a YouTube community tab post and like you guys let me know your deck, like 8 cards or something, and what I would do is like pick 5 or 6 of them, make a video where basically I would rate the deck out of 10, like how good I think the deck is, what improvements you can make to it, and then even though I would like say what improvements you can make, and like even if I give the deck a bad rating, I would still play it in the game. So I thought that would be pretty entertaining. I might do that soon. You guys can let me know what you guys think of that idea in the comments. But yeah, is this guy going to give up too? I guess we'll see. He's just going to go for a Sparky, so we'll just go ahead and go for a P.E.K.K.A here. Okay, so yeah, this is just a complete random deck. Battle Ram is a decent tank to the Sparky. And then we'll just go E-Wiz, why not? Monk ability was good, it did kill the Magic Archer, but it's not really going to help him very much. He's still got a lot of work he's got to do on our tower. Yeah, that's going to be GG. Good win here against whatever this deck is. Aren't going to get the 3 crown, though. He did want to save his dignity, I guess, even though he knew he was going to lose. We'll let that Dark Goblin connect. Why not? It's already over. Alright, so what are we now? I think we're 4-0, right? So we're a third of the way through. So far, so good. I think, because I always say, like, I always consider Classics to be a lot easier than Grand Challenges, I'm going to try to put my money where my mouth is, and I really want to go 12-0 in this Classic, or 12-1. If I go 12-2, I don't know if I'm going to be satisfied with that, but we'll see what happens. I guess that, like, it depends on what we match, right? Like, if we get some, like, pretty good players, then wouldn't really blame myself, right? So he already got his King activated. Based off of what he's running, it looks similar to, like, that Mortar Cycle deck, but I suppose that would be... I'm going to P.E.K.K.A in the back, because since his Mortar's out of cycle, he, like, he can't really pressure me, right? So that's, like, kind of the best way to explain why it's pretty safe to go P.E.K.K.A in the back when the other person's win condition's out of cycle, and our P.E.K.K.A isn't going to do much in this matchup against his win conditions. So this is going to be some great Magic Archer value here. I don't know if he's going to NATO it away. Oh, wow. Definitely not that good of a rocket, in my opinion, because it's first of all negative trade, and he already took so much damage before the rocket came down. So I'm gonna go for a bandit here. Just to try to... Oh, nice. This might... Alright, I'm gonna go battle ram here. Couldn't play it in the left because of the knight. He defended that alright, actually. I'm just gonna PEKKA because we're up so much elixir. I don't think this is aggressive or anything because we ideally want to try to get as much damage as we can in single. He's gonna go for the mortar. He doesn't have his skeletons in cycle, so yeah, we're gonna poison this. Why not? Him having the king activation is going to be very helpful for him in this type of matchup, so he should be very glad he did end up getting that. But with that being said, we definitely can still win. It's just going to be a bit more challenging. Yeah, that ended up being a pretty good... I was about to say it was good defense, but then he took a lot of damage there at the end. So if he goes mortar, I'm ready with an E-Wiz. He probably should be pressuring with the mortars more. Yeah, right as I say that, he does do that, which is a good play. But I was ready for it. This is what I was talking about with the E-Wiz. And he might have over-defended that mortar because he's definitely not getting it on the tower because of that PEKKA that's tanking for it now, as you can see. And I'm going to go for PEKKA in this lane. Dual lane pressure is pretty good with PEKKA bridge spam. You don't want to stack everything in the same lane, obviously. So we're going to actually go for a battle ram here in the other lane because we already have a PEKKA. We're going to go bandit kind of like in the middle to try to get it to dash on some stuff. And yeah, that connected. As you can tell, he's getting overwhelmed by the dual lane spam. And this is looking like it's probably going to be GG. I don't want to jinx it, but it's looking pretty good. I'm going to zap just to help the magic archer a bit, keep it alive. We get an additional shot on the tower. And yeah, I think we won now. It's just a matter of time before we either take his tower or end up, you know, getting the draw. I feel like we could probably get his tower sooner or later. Yeah, we'll go ahead and poison that. Why not? And then I'm going to go for a battle ram as well, especially since that connected, so we don't even have to worry about the mortar anymore. Let's see if he predicts it. Nah, he doesn't, so that's free damage for us. And yeah, that is going to be GG. A nice win there. He played pretty good at the start, especially with the king activation, but as you can tell, he was just not able to keep up with his defense in double and triple. And I've talked about this before. What really separates the best players in this game from the players who aren't as good is I feel like really is the elixir. So I notice what sometimes happens is players who might not be as good as someone else end up having a good lead earlier on, but then they fall further and further behind as the match progresses. And I feel like I've said this before, but I think that triple elixir is the most skillful elixir. And I know that might at first sound a little weird or could even be controversial because you might be thinking like, well, isn't it just spamming and like no skill? But in reality, there's more there's more decisions that you're making. You know, you have to make decisions quicker. There's more going on, so like reaction time's very important. And I really feel like it's what separates the really good players from the ones who aren't as good, because there's many times where someone could have like a lucky starting hand and even like take a whole tower early on, but then someone who's very good has that like opportunity to come back. So E-Wiz is going to be a fairly solid counter to the Mighty Miner, as you can tell. So this is looking like kind of a, I would say, could be a little annoying just because he's got a lot of, I don't know, stuff like wall breakers that we don't really have a good response for. We only really have zap for it. But we do have, the magic archer's going to get a lot of value against, like, sniping the cannons, spear goblins, stuff like that. So we're just going to ghost in the back here. Try to find a good opportunity to apply some pressure. Thing is we don't really want to use our PEKKA on the Mighty Miner because he can send it into the other lane, so we got to be really careful about that. We should only do that if he sends it into the opposite lane first. Like right there, but then in that case I didn't even need it. So the Magic Archer should be good because he doesn't have his poison and cycle. What I'm actually going to do is PEKKA. It might seem kind of weird, but he doesn't have his poison and cycle, and I feel like it's just going to be annoying for him because we can obviously zap the bats. And then, yeah, look at that. See, that's what I was saying. And now he doesn't have his cannon and cycle, so we'll go for it. Yep, and he just went for Mighty Miner, which he didn't need. We're just going to go for an Ewiz here on top of his Mighty. And unfortunately, we're not going to get any damage. Actually, we might get a tiny bit, but yeah, we're not going to get a lot. But we did do is we forced a lot of elixir out of him. We put him in a very uncomfortable situation, which is what you want to try to do with P.E.K.K.A bridge spam. And that Ewiz is getting some chip damage as well. So I think now that we're in double, it's a pretty safe time to just go ahead and P.E.K.K.A in the back. And yeah, even if he decided to go Mighty Miner in the opposite lane, I would just kite it with the Battle Ram. But yeah, I feel like Mighty Miner's definitely a card where you got to be really cautious about when you go for P.E.K.K.A in the back. Whereas in most matchups, you do want to be playing P.E.K.K.As a lot in single, because single elixirs when P.E.K.K.A actually has a good advantage against other decks. Especially if it's a difficult matchup for P.E.K.K.A, you want to try to take advantage of single as much as you can. But I don't think this matchup is that bad. It ended up actually being quite easy, easier than I expected it to be. I think, like, it might even be a good matchup for P.E.K.K.A. I just don't know, because I haven't played that matchup too many times, and obviously the Mighty Miner's recently buffed. But what I realized is, I mean, Ewiz is an incredible counter to the Mighty Miner, and the Magic Archer is super, super annoying. I feel like if you don't have a Fireball and you can't get rid of it right away, it's a problem. So we're already halfway through. So far, so good. I feel like the games are quicker too, so that's another thing compared to Grand Challenges. Like, even if I'm winning the same amount, there's games seem to go by quicker. Okay, so this is quite a unlucky cycle, I would say. We didn't even have a you know, a zap in rotation, but whatever, I guess. We had to make the most out of that, and luckily we did get a ton of damage with the ghost, so it's not really that big of a deal. And I guess we'll just go for a zap on this. Okay, luckily we do take out that Dark Ob. And then the next time he goes in for that, yeah, that Skelly Barrel, like I was assuming he was going to, we have our Ewiz at the ready. So we're going to be completely fine. So another Mighty Miner. It's very popular right now. Alright, so he's got goblins. Alright, so we're just going to ignore the one on the left since he already got more damage on the right. You know, we're perfectly fine sacrificing some on the left. Doesn't really matter that much. I think we go Bandit to defend this Mighty Miner. We'll go Magic Archer here. Because if he sent the Mighty Miner in the other lane, it would still help deal with it being in the middle. I guess even though the Dark Goblin almost killed it, it's still fine because we get like one shot. Alright, we are going to have to Battle Ram this. Those goblins were actually pretty good by him, I have to give him credit. And the wall breakers as well, actually. I'm going to try to get the bandit to go on the tower, because I know he doesn't have... Yeah, nice. I knew he didn't have a lot of elixir, so that was really good on my end. He did a good play, but we fall back really well there, so he's probably going to go Mighty Miner, if I had to guess. Yeah. A Magic Archer in this lane to get ready to defend. And then, yeah, we're... Oh, he's got a rocket. Wow, that's kind of annoying. I was not expecting that, actually. I guess we go in here, actually, and we'll go for a poison. Oh, yeah, this is going to be a pretty good push. Yeah, nice. He's going to take our tower for sure. There's not, I think, a whole lot we could have done to avoid that. We took his, though, so we're chilling. I feel like, I feel comfortable with this situation. It was, like, looking pretty bad, actually, a little while ago. But I'm, like, a lot more comfortable with where we're at right now. I'm just going to P.E.K.K.A in the back. Okay, so even if he were to send that... I'm actually going to poison this, I think. Oh, nice. Well, that ended up working out very well. Since he decided to give more value there. So we're going to go for a Battle Ram. I think we'll just go for an E-Wiz on top of the Skelly Barrel. And, yeah, we're just trying to find a way to break through here. I will say recruits are definitely one of the best counters in the game to P.E.K.K.A, so this is certainly not going to be easy, I think. But we'll see what we can do. Now that I know he has recruits, because he wasn't using them earlier. He doesn't have Zappies, though, so, you know, that's good. And the other issues, he's also got a lot of, like, baity cards that are pretty annoying to deal with. We can definitely still win, but as you can tell, this is, like, a pretty challenging matchup. Or if you couldn't tell, it is. Oh, nice. So he had bad reaction time there. That might have just allowed us to win the game, actually. We got to keep up the pressure, though. I need this Battle Ram to connect, ideally. Nice. That was really good. I feel like we definitely outplayed this guy. Because that matchup is not that good. Especially after him revealing that he had the recruits. I think it got really hard after that. But we played really smart. We caught him off guard with that bandit in the pocket. I think that potentially won us the game. I don't know for sure how much damage it got. But Tower's at 817. It could have gotten that amount. But even if not, that Battle Ram was really good too. Getting it to connect. Going for the zap on the goblins. So I really like that sequence there at the end, and we didn't let him overwhelm us. I felt like we were always making sure we had the correct cards in cycle for a Skeleton Barrel, and making sure like he didn't have like a Dark Goblin lock on the tower, which could definitely, you know, cost us the game. This guy's name. 2 inches hard. Nice name. Okay. So we'll go Bandit in the back. Ghost on top of his Miner. Alright, let's see here. So he's got a Goblin Gang, Mighty Miner. We'll cycle an E-Wiz, I guess. See if he sends it in the opposite lane or what his game plan is. Okay, so he's got a Poison. We can Magic Archer now in this lane then, since his Poison's out of cycle. So it could be similar to that Mighty Miner deck we played against before, like the one with Cannon, just kind of like a fast cycle. I'm going to go P.E.K.K.A at the bridge, why not? Okay, well, we might have just won the game after that, because he just spent 5 Elixir, and look at everything we have down right now. Battle Ram isn't even going to go towards the Goblin Hut. Oh yeah, this might actually be GG. Even if he defends this, he's gonna be at 0 after, and we could just Bandit in the other lane to pressure. Yeah, that's already a good game. I called it. As soon as he went for that Dark Goblin, I knew it was pretty much over right after. Wow, so is he gonna give up, or what's he gonna do here? I'm kind of curious. No, he's not gonna give up. Respect the hustle. Oh, okay. You know what? I just screwed up. I screwed up because... Well, it wasn't not dropping the E-Wiz. I couldn't go E-Wiz, because if I did that Mighty Miner, I wouldn't have had any Elixir to defend it. But the reason I screwed up was that Ghost. That Ghost was just a waste. I shouldn't have done that. I should have just identified I couldn't stop it. So that was a dumb play on my end. Like, even though it could have been a lot worse had I overcommitted and gone E-Wiz, which I feel like some players would have done, they wouldn't have planned ahead for the Mighty Miner. But anyway, it doesn't even matter. We're fine. Just P.E.K.K.A on the back, and then I'll Bandit Zap if he decides to go Wall Breakers with the Miner. And this is what I was talking about. There might be some Goblin Hut usage after the buff, and the Poison is way better against it than the Fireball is. So yeah, we'll just do this just to stop the Wall Breakers. We maybe didn't even have to overcommit and do that because he got way more damage in the other lane anyway, but whatever. And yeah, I respect the hustle. I mean, this guy's still... you know, Despite pretty much being in an impossible situation to come back from, he's still, you know, fighting it out. And yeah, it's going to be GG here against 2 inches. Oh man, he's crying. Feel bad. 2/3 of the way through now. Can we get to 12-0? Let's see. We'll see. Alright, so we got a Battle Ram, we got a PEKKA, we got an Ewiz. He's gonna go Hog. I think I got the PEKKA down a little late, so it will get 1 shot, but if you react really quickly, then you can mitigate all damage. So we could... Okay, so it's not going to be 2.6, which is actually a good thing, because 2.6 is a very difficult matchup for PEKKA, Bridge Spam. Oh, he already took a PEKKA hit, wow. Ooh, the Queen, yeah, the Queen is annoying, especially when you don't have your PEKKA in cycle, because pretty much your only counter to her is the PEKKA. Poison's also decent, but not when they play it at the bridge. Oh, that was... I'm kind of surprised he went for a, Oh my gosh. See, this is why Hog is hard, because even when you spend all that elixir, it still gets a connection. But this guy's definitely not defending that well. He's even calling the good game, so yeah, I would say it's pretty safe to say it's good game here. With the start we had, pretty much all we got to do is defend now at this point. We could even go Battle Ram because his bomb tower's out of cycle. I normally like wouldn't pressure in this type of situation, just defend, but it's kind of the perfect opportunity. Now, if this were like kind of tied up and I didn't take a tower, I probably would go for Magic Archer there and get some damage, but we're going to be more passive now. So this Hog is going to get a lot of damage. There's not really anything we can do about it because I had to cycle my PEKKA on his Giant Skeleton. I mean, otherwise I would have had to go Ghost, Bandit, and then maybe even more stuff if he went for a Queen behind it. So I just wanted to ensure that we would be able to defend it. So just going to get a Poison down here to kill the Queen. Go for a Ghost here. Oh yeah, we pretty much can do whatever we want. Just go for a PEKKA on this Hog. It will get like 2 shots probably, but it doesn't matter too much because again, like he still hasn't taken the tower. He's got to overcommit a ton just to take it out and kind of defend a little bit too at the same time. All right, so go Bandit here. But let's actually make sure we are doubling down on defense for the Hog. Yeah, so there's the Hog. Just get a zap down. No hits this time. And there we go. That will be GG against a Hog EQ deck. A little bit easier to beat than 2.6, but in my opinion, still not an easy matchup. We just had a very good start, and I think he could have defended a little better for sure. But that is definitely a matchup where you do probably have to win in single. 9-0 now. Cool. So just 3 more to go. I think at this point there's no chance we're going to throw the Classic and lose out, but it's just the question of can we go flawless or not. Okay, so we found our next game here. We got Magic Archer, Battle Ram, Zap, and Poison. So this is kind of like one of the worst starting hands you can get because you don't really want to go for Magic Archer first play or Battle Ram, but a Zap is a pretty good starting play. Like, that's the safest amongst all those. And then Ghost in the corner is, like, pretty good as well, so I guess we'll do that next. He's going to go for a Lumberjack, so I'm actually going to be kind of aggressive here and go Magic Archer, just because he was leaking Elixir for a while, and it's going to be a lot of damage if he doesn't do anything. I was going to activate the King Tower, but I think it's more important to defend here. That's actually going to be a lot of damage we took, but luckily this guy, for whatever reason, Decided to ignore the entirety of the E-Wiz. I might even zap just in case it gets an extra shot. Yeah, I think that does get it. Wow. Wow, what the heck? What a turn of events. It was like looking like a horrible start, but we already came back really nicely. And that ghost is going to get damage unless he goes Barb Barrel on it. Oh, it looks like he lets it get a shot. Interesting. Oh, wow, got a second. I wasn't expecting that because of the king activation, but we did get it. Go Battle Ram here. He'll go bull. Oh, I thought he'd go bowler if he was smart, but he went. Oh, what's? That is not the play. I'm gonna leak a little bit just to make sure that the bowler crosses over the. I probably didn't even have to wait. Whatever. It's fine. He spent so much that it doesn't need. Oh my god, this guy just. What is this guy doing, man? See, this, and I'm not trying to at all like offend people who don't play Grand Challenges, or, like, people who just play Classics, but this is exactly what I'm talking about when I say the difference in skill between Classic and Grand Challenges. At Grand Challenges, someone at 9 wins would not be making these plays. Like, you know, making as many mistakes as this guy has in this match. That's probably the best way to put it. Like, you might see some mistakes, but it's just gonna be better gameplay overall. So we'll go Battle Ram just to keep up the pressure, because defending is, like, we can do it, but it's easier to do when he has to spend some on defense. So we're ghosting. We're just going to go Poison, and there's no way this balloon is going to connect. Even with the freeze, we just zap to ensure it doesn't, and yeah, it's going to be GG. Nice win here. Going to be now going to put us at 10-0, and that one is definitely not an easy matchup, I would say, especially with Poison, because I think that's one where having Fireball would actually be somewhat helpful because of the pushback on the balloon. But even though the Poison slows it down, I feel like it's less valuable in that match. But Balloon isn't even that meta. Like Lava Loon isn't even that good in the meta, so I feel like that's another reason why Poison's better to use. Alright, so we're against Juan here. We've got Bandit, P.E.K.K.A, Battle Ram. We'll just go Bandit in the back. That's a very good starting play. Okay, he's going to go for a healer, so I guess, in this case, we actually want to pressure the opposite lane, because it usually means Elixir Golem, and you want to space out the attacks, typically, when you're against it. So, yeah, the Monk isn't even a good counter at all against the Battle Ram, as you can tell. I don't know if this is a bad play, but I am going to P.E.K.K.A the Monk just because I feel like Ewas is okay against it, but I don't know. Might as well just P.E.K.K.A it. But I guess that's fine because he decided to Phoenix in the other lane, so now I don't know how he's going to... Oh, wow, what? Try to defend this the best I can. I think we're fine as long as the E-Drag goes down here, like ASAP. Oh boy, okay, it's a, you know, it's a tower trade, whatever. But look at the King Tower. Hello. Oh yeah, oh my, look at my King Tower. Yo, what the? Yo, I was talking about his, look at mine. What in the? Okay then. Do I just go in at this point? Like, do I just say screw it and go in? Because, I mean... Oh, okay. Okay, he just... What the... Bro! Come on, give me it. Give me it. If we don't 3-crown him here, we're screwed. Alright, we're good. We're good, bro. What the heck? I gotta give the wow after that, man. Like, and I'm even gonna laugh. I don't care, guys, bro. Like, Elixir Golem's so toxic. Like, dude, like, what the heck, man? What was that? We won. That's what's important. Bro, like, what in the... Just went Elixir Golem mirrored it? See, this is... You don't get this kind of gameplay at 11 wins in a Grand Challenge. Alright, like, I'm just gonna straight up say it. Alright, here we go. This is, the final game, if we win. So, Magic Archer sniped the Valkyrie. Already a very good start. Wow. Okay, wow. Wow. Yeah. Oh my gosh. All that for Do I time the E-Wiz? Oh, we mistimed it. Gosh dang it, man. Gonna do dual lane pressure here. His cycle's not that great. He had a scar me, so we ended up being fine. Do we PEKKA this? I'm doing it the PEKKA placement like he fired back pretty nicely, I gotta say. Is he back to scar me? I think he is. Oh my god. That is not good. We're just popping Ewas on this, I think. Ghost, and then we're probably going to get a little bit of damage on either lane. Yeah, so it looks like he decides to... Okay, yeah, that's what I expected. What I'm hoping is... Okay, yeah, this is a little bit of a problem, but I think we can just kite. Alright, that works, I guess. Barbs on top of the tower. This is looking like it's going to be a two-tower game, because I feel like we're pretty much guaranteed to take his right tower. But at the same time, I find it hard to believe we'll be able to defend our left, just because we don't have an amazing answer to the... Okay, we definitely are going to poison this, 100%, because... I need to, like, make sure I'm gonna, like, I gotta get his tower, you know? Okay, we're gonna give him that, you know, right? Like, don't over-defend. We know he's gonna take it for sure. Just focus on, the end game here, trying to set us up. Okay, there we go. We're taking that poison. We need his tower. Perfect. I'm actually gonna throw in a thanks. He just gave us poison value for no reason. Sorry, I'm being a little toxic. I think some of you guys like it, though. It's all in good fun. Anyway, we'll go for a ghost here. Poison the princess. Zap that Skarmy. And see what he's gonna do. Okay, he's gonna defend that. But he spent all of his elixir, so PEKKA in the back is going to be a pretty good play here, I think. I don't know about that. I got another... You know, we got to actually be a little careful here, especially if he's got a rocket. Oh, that was not the rocket he was looking for. Yeah, I hope this shows this is definitely not an easy matchup, especially considering he's making all of these mistakes and it's still fairly close. It's because we don't have a single good answer to the Goblin Barrel besides that, but we still managed to get the win here, and that is going to conclude the Classic Challenge. We are going to go 12-0. He's laughing. I'm not going to retaliate, though. I'm not going to retaliate or BM him. I already feel bad for BMing a little bit earlier. He's mad enough, clearly. And there we go. 12-0 Classic Challenge. Let's go. Please support this video a ton. Or at least, you know, comment if you want to see this again. So I know that you guys want to see Classics more often. Because I know a lot of you guys really enjoy the Grand Challenge ones. But if you guys want to see me play these Classics, completing them fully, you know, with different kinds of decks, maybe ones that are weaker in the meta, right? So that's why I just did it on PEKKA Bridge Spam, something that is very hard to play on top of ladder now. So, like, it's hard for me to play top of ladder with it, especially because I'm not a P.E.K.K.A bridge spam one trick. But these types of decks, I'm able to pretty easily play in Classic. So this could also include other things, like let's say 2.6 Hog Cycle, maybe, if you guys want to see one with that. Or, oh, I know another one. Someone kept commenting, wanting me to do a video on Rascal's Prince Bait, which I don't think is very good on top of ladder, but I'd be down to play as Classic with it. So just give me some ideas. Let me know if you guys want to see this again. Make sure to like the video if you guys did end up enjoying it. Subscribe if you guys are not subscribed already. And thanks again. Until next time, guys.